Alright, what's up everyone? This video went way different than expected. It was just going to be me pulling the bed, putting a lift pump on, and calling it a day. We're missing something here. The entire motor got pulled. So, definitely went a little differently than I expected. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Should be a good one. Let's get into it. Alright, what is up everyone? We're back for another Duramax video. Today we're going to be working on the California LB7. I got a lot planned today. The bed's coming off. Going to probably swap the fuse box. And then I have a fast lift pump to put on. So let's get into it. First of all, huge thanks to Illini Outlaw Diesel. They gave me a bunch of banners and this sign. Got some stuff coming from them. I'm going to probably do a full build. Oh, Shop Chicken had something to say. Don't know what that was. She's just been chilling in here with us. She's been doing really good on Instagram. This is the lift pump. This is a Fast 100, just normal, basic. Not going to be pushing a whole lot of power with this thing. So the lift pump is just going to help keep fuel and keep it primed because the filter head is not holding prime. So I figured you might as well just go ahead and put lift pump on it because I want that anyway. It comes with two filters. Comes with the harness and the hoses and all that. And the brackets down here somewhere. So going to get that thing on. But first, I want to pull off the bed because I want to take care of all the rust. This truck is mostly rust free. Like right under here, there's hardly any starting on the rockers. That's all very fixable. But the bed I want to pull off just because it's easier for me to get all that frame cleaned up. It's all surface rust, so I want to keep it that way. But so the plan is I'm gonna pull off the Duramax, undo the bed, and then lift it up and put it behind the lean-to. So I was under the truck just impacting away. I did not realize that poor Shop Chicken was under the truck on the other side. So she's probably deaf right now, but that worked on this side, so we're going to try it on that side and see if we can't get the other bolts out. I wonder if the Shop Chicken likes cake. Okay, so we're trying this to get the bolts out. That's not working. I also need to undo the hitch in the back. It's got a fifth wheel on it, so I need to get that pulled out in order to get the bed off. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm just gonna kind of do that on my own. I got cake all over my face because I don't want this entire video to just be me pulling the bed. So next time you see it, the bed should be off and we'll be ready for the lift pump. All right, so I'm grabbing the tractor. Finally got the bed off. Burned an entire day doing that. It was a very bad time, so glad I didn't record that. But I'm gonna drive the tractor down and we can pull the bed off. So I know I didn't actually show how we got the bed out because I didn't want to let all the heat out of the shop. So basically what we did is we had this landscaping tie, put two screws in, and we run a strap under it. And then we just kind of pick it up with our green tractor. So now that I got the bed off, it's time to inspect everything and clean. These brackets, I don't need any of these anymore. I'm not going to put those back on. This frame is actually extremely nice. Like right there, zero rust, and there's a little pitting over here, obviously. Actually needs gone through, but the overall frame, it is solid everywhere. This bar on the other truck, if you remember the white LB7, if you've been here that long, you understand that this is basically factory fresh, even though it's in Illinois. So all of this stuff is pretty good, but I'm going to be taking all this apart. I've sanded it all down. The shocks are blown out. Rear bumper, that is not good. So you cannot repair chrome, really, not on these trucks. So probably going to end up color matching this rear bumper as well as the front. But yeah, overall, the frame is in very good shape. So I'm going to get everything cleaned up and then we're going to get ready to put the lift pump on. All right, so I went ahead and I just went over the entire frame with a wire brush. Don't remember where I put it. I was going to show you what I used. But it was just a little wire brush you hold in your hand. But I got all the big stuff knocked off. It actually cleaned up really well. Like that's almost down to bare metal. So I'm gonna have to go through all of it again with the drill and grinder obviously later. But I just kind of wanted to see what it was gonna be like. Shop Chicken's just been walking around. It's the next morning. It's time to get the lift pump on. I'm gonna go pull the fuse box out of the white LB7, and we're gonna probably do some little more small things today. I did not show a whole lot of work cleaning this frame because that's boring, and I know you guys wouldn't want to see that. So I'm just gonna get the fast set out on our table over here. And then we'll be able to get that thing on today. one thing I did want to show about yesterday is this is why we wear safety glasses and face shields and stuff, because that disc kind of exploded. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, but definitely glad I had on some face protection for that one.
People want to know the step-by-step.
Yeah, the original plan was to pull, so we were going to put the FAS on, but then we figured might as well put a sump on, and then, I don't know, he said something about pulling the motor, and then this, and then that. So we're going to go ahead and pull off the wiring harness so we can at least get started on this, because regardless, we're going to need a new one. I'm going to show them. So this burnt down. Pretty sure that water pipe on the back touched the alternator. The back of the alternator is on fire and melted all that stuff. Tons of stuff over here. So we're going to go ahead and pull the main stuff needed to pull the motor out. That's going to be next week's video that we're going to be doing that. Just to bring everyone up to speed, we've been turning off the front of the truck. Got the front bumper off, hot and cold side intercooler pipes, got all that stuff out. Shop chicken's probably eating stuff she's not supposed to down here. Glow plugs are coming off. Wiring harness is almost free. Need to get rid of the thickum right here. And then Joel is getting rid of the steering right now. So slowly but surely, we're getting the wiring harness off. Probably over there. I think you have one. I'm not sure. So the issue we're running into on this Duramax is it's not like the typical LB7. So this vacuum pump here goes into the side of the block, and then it also screws on weird on the front here. So that, we're not going to need that, and then we're going to be able to take all of this stuff off and the EGR off. But for right now, we're just trying to figure out like how the emissions work on an LB7, because it's not like your other trucks. Jeez. Yeah, that actually wasn't really bad. We spent about two hours on it, probably. Yeah, 2 hours. That really wasn't bad. So the crankcase vent was really weird. So it comes off there, so one on each valve cover, but then it met up right here. So the vacuum pump comes out down here. So it was actually a vacuum pump crankcase vent.
Well, on the side of it is the vacuum pump, and then you had the crankcase vent that was actually integrated into the bracket itself.
That was weird. So I'll go show you guys the bracket real quick. So this is the California LB7 bracket. So normally you'll just have your tensioner and idlers, but then this, it's got the vacuum pump hanging off the side. Then there's an extra pulley right here. And then this was the actual crankcase vent. So we're definitely going to need to find a stock bracket. And what else? Oh, the alternator for now. This is the alternator. You can see insides of it. That is not good, and it sounds awful. So this is definitely the source of the engine fire. We got stuff everywhere. So I want to take a minute and clean all this stuff up, and then we'll decide what we're doing from there. All right, so we're not actually going to be pulling the motor out today, but we're going to get it to a point to where it can come out. I want to get all that stuff organized first. Got basically everything on the front off, so our engine crane will be able to carry it. Got the wiring harness and all that stuff out of the way. You don't need to pull the wiring harness to pull the motor, but it's nice to have it out of the way. Right now, we're doing the bell housing bolts. Got to take out the starter, spin it over. There should be 6 of them, right? Mm-hmm. Yep, I think there's 6. So there's 6 bell housing bolts, and then the motor mount bolts. Then there's like little grounds and stuff. Grounds in the wiring harness down here. But after all that stuff's done, it's just the bell housing bolts, and then the motor should be free. All right, so we are going to be pulling the motor because why not? Got that side motor mount off. Need to get this side motor mount off too, and then the bell housing bolts. I believe that should be it, right?
Yeah, we already got torque converter, wiring harness for the most part. You got to get the oil pan and oil temp sensor off.
Yep. Just little small stuff here and there. We'll go around it again.
And then the block heater.
Yep, heater core up here, but it's almost out. All right, also something interesting we found is the motor mount bolts have red Loctite all over them, which means someone's had this motor out at one point. I know it's had injectors because you can see right there, they've had the valve covers off. I don't think they'd pull the motor for valve covers, but at least the motor mount on that side has definitely been off. All right, take number 1 of the Harbor Freight cherry picker and a Duramax. Motor mount bolt. I didn't take the last one out yet. Yeah. Okay, end of take one. There's definitely another bolt in there. So there's 9. There is 9.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna back this pressure up.
Okay. Take 3. The last motor mount bolt's out. The last bell housing bolt's out. So now that we undid the motor, it should probably come out a little easier.
We hope, in theory.
Hopefully. Go up with the training jack a little bit.
Okay. What are we on, like, take 4?
And let's get this out from behind us here so we can,
Oh.
because I'm gonna have to rock it back some. I'm still catching on.
The differential, you need to go up.
I'm starting to get into the firewall on the back.
It's fine.
This. You basically want the motor to come up so you can clear this.
Almost
I'm
maxed
maxed
out. All the way? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can get a big pry bar as you lift up in, or a pry bar up in here as you lift to tilt the motor. Get a ratchet strap on that bell housing and get that jack out.
Yes. We have
It'll groan when I pull on it. So.
Okay. Do you want to push the truck back?
We will here in a second.
I was going to get that done first. There you go.
You're gonna have to go up.
It's sinking.
You gotta go up.
The whole thing is...
Well, I mean,
I'm waiting for that
You better get your
cylinder.
strap on your transit.
I definitely know I wouldn't want a hole in my nice house.
Let it roll clear. Ratchet strap.
Okay, so that escalated rather quickly. The Duramax now has no motor, no bed. It is basically scattered around the entire shop because we do not have storage set up right now. Harbor Freight Cherry Picker did really good. Got a trillion things out. Did not get the fast on today, which that's a whole nother story. I'll explain that later. Might be doing a little different option, but still keeping the lift pump. This is the Duramax. We're going to be tearing her down over the next few weeks. So if you guys like the Duramax content, let me know. But for now, this is going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.